What's up with YouTube? It's your girl Quarter PC coming at you live and direct. And today I'm doing a video. The purpose of this video is a short tutorial. This was requested by Mia87. I remember her name, but it was one other person that asked me to do this video, and I can't remember the name. So please forgive me if I can't remember your name. And this is also for whoever else is interested in learning how I do my brows. Now, there's plenty of tutorials out there showing you how to do them. This is my way. So the first thing I will go ahead and go over is the things that you will need to have before you do your brows. This is what I use, so it's my personal lights. So the first thing I try to make sure I have done is have a nicely shaped, cleaned up brow. So if that means, you know, going to the lady you get your eyebrows waxed or arched from, um, or doing them yourself. So I do my own arching. I don't have much brows, so I just work what I got. I don't shave them off and draw back on. That's ridiculous to me. Now, the first thing you're gonna need is to have a good angled brush. Looks like that. I just like it angled because it helps get that gradient effect for your brow when you're going from bigger to smaller, for me. And then you're gonna need a spoolie. Looks like this. Now this is a Sonia Kashuk brush. Spoolie, excuse me. And then this is just a low Cornell brush I got from Michaels. It's really dense. It's not, you know, really all over the place. It's nice and firm. Also, I like to have a fluffy angled brush as well. This is just to fill in my brow with the brow powder. Secondly, you're going to need your favorite eyebrow pencil. This is just MAC Spiked, and it's a dark brown. And it looks like that. You probably can't see because the tip is so small. And you will also need concealer. I put my concealer in the jar because it's a sample jar. I initially got the sample, and I am a NW35. This is a little lighter than, maybe the same, but maybe like a tad darker than my skin complexion. And this is what it looks like. So this is MAC's Select Cover Up in NW35. So this is actually talking about a tad lighter than what I am, just a little bit. And I also have Ardell's brow powder, defining powder, and this, to me, I just use this to help darken up my not darken up, set my eyebrows, and also to give it more of a natural feel to it. So let's go ahead and get started. So first I'm going to go ahead and take my spoolie, and I'm going to go ahead and make sure my brows are up. And I'm just going to go up and then kind of to the side, making sure they're in the natural form. Then I'm going to go ahead and take my MAC Spiked. And you know what? I use a mirror for this. Okay, so I'll go ahead and take the Spiked. And I just make short strokes all the way up until I kind of can tell when my natural brow, the base of my brow stops. The root, should I say. So I just take short strokes all the way to the end. Now, I'm amazing I'm doing this kind of fast, but I've been doing it for a while, so I'm fairly comfortable with, you know, doing my brows. But take your time. And this is, I arch my eyebrows thinner, so this way when I do draw them, they can be a little bit not more bigger, but not too big. And I just make sure I kind of stop your tip at the end of your eye. They should align, you know. And sometimes people like it rounded. I like my brows to be squared off. So what I do is I take the tip of the pencil, because it's kind of at an angle, but you can't really tell. And I just kind of draw a nice little light line a little bit past my where my brow starts. Just a little bit. Okay. And then I take that spoolie again and I just kind of work that product through my lashes to help, you know, define them. I neglected to tell you guys you need to get a Q-tip. I prefer the one with the pointed tip just because it helps clean up and smooth out better. So once you should look like this. Now you can leave it like this. It's up to you. But I like to define my brows. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that angled brush and this concealer, and I just dip the tip and I kind of wipe it on the sides, just so I won't get so much product on my brush to where I have all this mess. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and start under. I just follow the natural shape of my brow. The same thing with the brow pencil, light strokes until you get, you know, to the end. Now, if you're anything like me, a right-handed person, your right side will always come out better. And my left it will come out okay, but not identical. And I also noticed my other brow is not um, quite the same as my right. Now I'm going to take the concealer on top of my brow, and I'm doing the same thing by drawing the straightest line possible. This is kind of creating your arch, since I don't have a really defined one on its own. Okay, guys, so you should look like this. I'm not doing this eye because I'm not going anywhere, so I'm just doing this for the tutorial. But should look just like this. Now, if I wanted my eyebrows to be bigger, I could, but I will let them grow out. And when I, arch my own eyebrows again, I'll just go ahead and, do it that way. So now I'm going to go ahead and take that spoolie again and still work the product, making sure it's, not harsh. And the trick I also found out, if you take the tip and kind of go against the grain and then go back that way, it kind of it has that fade in look. So now I'm going to take my Q-tip, the pointed part, and I'm just going to go up under my brow, and I'm basically I'm not cleaning it off, I'm just, smoothing it out, making sure there's no harsh lines in my brow area. And I'm just going on top doing the same thing. Okay? Last step, you guys. And once you get more practice and faster at doing your own brows, you can, you'll get a lot faster once you get practice. I meant to say practice, not faster. Practice. So I just take a little bit of that brow powder and I flick it to get some of that product off. And just go ahead and follow the natural shape. And I just, start here and I dip in more if I need it. And I just go all the way. I don't go to the tip because sometimes this powder can really, mess up your arch. And I think I've done that just a tiny bit. And that's no problem. You can just go back with your concealer and your Q-tip and just clean that up. That's all. Now, if you don't want yours all the way to the end, you can always do what I do. If I messed up while having to, that's when you come up the other end. You just kind of go at an angle and go at an angle, and there you go. Your brows are not as, it's not coming, as you can see, I'm going from the very end and out. I'm coming up short, so therefore that's what I took off. And if I wanted a little bit more, I could, but I like that little fishtail. Okay, you guys, so that was pretty much how I do my brows. So here's that eye, the final brow. We went from this to a more defined brow. Now, don't excuse that's my face. I'm just home relaxing. So, hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Until the next time, you guys. Bye.